Good morning, everybody. It's Monday morning, and it is that day of the week we all call Monday. Yeah. And, just make sure my wheels are on my chair here. These wheels are long ago lost their polyurethane coating on them, and my rug keeps snarling them up. If I didn't have this chair underneath this rug, on this rug, I would literally scrape the bejesus out of this wooden floor. All right, so today we have to cover a couple things that I mentioned last night. There are some people on this channel that do not want to see this channel succeed. Okay, I don't know why, but they just don't want to see it succeed. Maybe they're jealous because I'm monetized and I bring in revenue or whatever. But you know what? I bust my tail on this channel every day. During these shows, YouTube reviews them, but instantly I get advertising. So, I'm going to turn the ads off. And I'll tell you why. If I'm going to go through that aggravation to actually monetize the channel, why don't I monetize it after the show? That's what I did last night. I never got unsuitable or limited in no ads at all. So, if you wonder where the ads are, it's because I turned them off right now, guys. I'll turn them on when the show is over. This way, these people that do this can't have their jollies. It will be a bit of a hit on my revenue, but that's okay, because I used to go live right after the show anyway, so it doesn't matter. Let's see if we can get people to come on today. Number 2, we are still working on the other studio. I'm gonna do a video on that. I'm gonna have to explain in a video the technical problems are that we have to work around. And the most obvious is space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of a small YouTube studio. It's continuing missions to do good videos in small space. To do videos where no one has boldly done them before. Yes, when you got a small 10 by or 12 by 12 room and you're going to try two green screens in the same room, 2 studio desks, and yeah, you have to make sure that people can walk through the room. That means that you're going to have to make some compromises, all right? So, that's the first thing, okay? The next thing is that, as I explained earlier, Red, we did not monetize this video right now. We will monetize it when it's over so that no one can sit there and try to demonetize it. Well, good reason. I don't think there'll be any reason not to be monetized. Next topic I want to talk to, Red, is what you have said and another individual has said about Andrew. My question I'd like to ask Andrew is, but he's blocked. Why are you doing it? What's your modus operandi here? Why do you want to discredit my channel so bad? I take you in as a friend. I respect you as a friend. No, you didn't like Monica. No, I understand. How you did, DVR? I turned the monetization off for this video because I'll turn the monetization on after the video is over. Because this way, I can't get limited no ads if I'm not running ads, right? I'll see if that works. Yes, how you doing, Skynet? Alright, let me get the panel open, since we do have the panel. And let me copy the link up here. Copy. Paste. Okay, link to the panel. Also, there's another individual. He keeps showing up on the show, but he never ever chats in the comments, as far as I know. But he constantly tries to hijack the panel, and his name is Joe Perry. Now, the first question is, I don't know who this Joe Perry guy is. So, because of Monica, all the shows we did together in 2018, 2020 are gone. Yeah, not all of them, no. Not all of them. You see, Skynet, you have to understand what Monica was concerned about. When we got the second strike, or the first real strike, Monica was deathly afraid that some of the shows in the past, upon review, will get stricken. And she didn't want to see that happen. And I asked her, because she said she had time on her hands, to go through and look at them all. And I said, if there's any really unsavory ones, to just delete them outright. Or mark them limited. And she marked them as unlisted, and or private. And then I was going to go through them. And there were so many shows that it took us a while to go through them last year. Okay, so in 2020, we went through a lot of the content in the past. We did not delete them. We deleted very few of the shows. The rest of them are still marked as private. I'm explaining this, DVR. So a lot of the shows we marked as private, and we saw a few. She gave me the final call. She said, you decide you want to keep them or trash them. And she explained to me what she found was definitely something that went way beyond YouTube's terms of service and advertiser-friendly guidelines. I watched a few of the shows myself, and I had to agree with her on them, and very few of them were actually deleted. Very few of them. Actually, the rest of them are still private. Or hit 99% of our shows in 2019 and 2020. How you doing, Leo? Hey, come on the panel because I want to talk to you and Skynet at the same time. So it's actually I want to talk to both of you. And space. Okay. So, did she have? Yes, she had a managerial access. I gave it to her. Managerial access to edit or show channels. She didn't have the ability to do anything really serious, but it was easier that way. Hold on a minute, Skynet, coming. Good morning.
Good morning, Michelle.
I'm gonna fix the sound clear. So, how you doing today?
I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit angry this morning, though. I'm a little bit fired up.
All right. Yeah,
how you
fired
doing?
Up about what?
Well, I'm fired up about two things. The Ghislaine Maxwell trial is set to start today, and I'm hearing conflicting reports about whether it's going to be, if there's going to be any news reporters in the courtroom, or we're going to hear anything about what's going on inside.
Oh, okay.
And then also I'm seeing a lot of bullshit about the Omicron variant.
Yeah.
And from what I hear in Africa, like, It's not that big of a deal. But then when you get to America and all these fucking New World Order countries, they're all like, watch out. It's going to kill us all. Same old bullshit.
I don't know much about the variant to really say anything about. I know what the symptoms is you get tired. That's what I know.
Mm-hmm.
But usually at the end of the show, in the morning, because I usually don't get a good night's sleep, I'm usually tired anyway. Blaze Leo wants to join us. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing today?
But
I'm good. How are you guys?
Okay.
I'm good. I'd like to say, though, to Red Foreman, I understand that, the trials and shit, most people don't care about them. And that's your right. I don't want anybody to have to care. But I do think that you should at least care about the non-televised, no record approach that they're going with it. I mean, this is...
What's
like
this guy famous for? This Maxwell guy. Is he one of the performers from Astro World?
No, Ghislaine Maxwell is a female that it was sex trafficking with
that
Epstein.
Maxwell. Okay, Christine Maxwell.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, that Maxwell. Yeah.
Right. I mean, a lot of big people are tied to that. You got Bill Gates. You got Bill Clinton, Donald Trump.
Donald Trump only met her a few times. He actually didn't.
Neil deGrasse Tyson or whatever that fucking black dude's name is.
Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, how you doing, Blazing Leo?
I'm good.
That's good.
I'm just waking up.
Okay. Hold on a minute. That's my landlord. Hold on a minute. 1 minute. Gotta get this stupid microphone off so they can open the door without breaking my neck.
Ask him if he's there to fix the fucking window that's been broken for 3 months. I can't believe she lives in a house of a broken window for 3 months. I'm sure he's there, though, every week to pick up his rent check on time.
Right. Slumlord. I mean, how hard is it to replace a window?
It doesn't sound like he's so much of a slumlord. It's just like he's an old man.
Who takes advantage of the elderly?
She said somebody came around 5 in the morning and apparently
just died.
Never heard tell the guy in her life. And neither did we. He snuck in, he sneaked up here like he was some kind of a spy, and apparently he used a hammer or a mallet to tap the door to cause it to break, because it already was cracked here. Let me show Chris how he's gonna probably have to fix this, because come over here for a second. You know how to fix. Yeah. I know, but I want to show him.
You should try to get him on the mic and then press him about why he's such a slumlord.
I'd love to see that.
And then I would replace it with 1/2-inch plywood. That is good. It's good. So replace that panel with 1/2-inch plywood, like I did Apartment 7's door. And that way, it'll keep... You know how to fix it. You can do it on the outside. Oh, wait. So you don't have to take that up.
What the hell is that noise?
What noise? Clicking?
Yeah, are you like chopping onions or something?
No, I'm playing a game. With my PlayStation controller.
If you wonder what that's about, I'll be honest and explain to you as best I can. At 5 a.m., some thug came and tried to burgle the apartment. So he already said that the door had a slight crack. Apparently he used a hammer or a mallet and tapped the glass to break the door so he could reach in. But then he saw we had a secondary blockage there, like a firewall, if you will. And I guess he decided to give up because he realized he was going to have to make a lot more noise to get the second panel out.
Someone tried to break into your place?
Yeah.
To your place or just the whole building?
No, my apartment specifically. Obviously, this person knows that I have a lot of audio-video gear in here. So he obviously realized it was a lot of money that he could steal and bring to the pawn shop.
So, is he going to fix the window now?
Yeah, he's going to fix it.
That's good.
I just double-checked to see what the glazing compound was. It's on the outside, so he doesn't have to take off the inside panel that he put up there before I moved in. He's just got to do it from the outside. So that's the story with the door. We already, on Saturday, we actually at 5 o'clock in the morning, it's Friday morning. It was Saturday. We already had cleaned up the broken glass that was already all over the floor outside because it didn't break. No glass got inside the apartment because the door was closed.
DVR thinks Ed knows who it is. Can you ask Ed?
Ed does not know who it is. The woman in 6 was nice enough to volunteer the camera footage that she had. She saw some stranger skulking in the hallway at 5 in the morning, and she didn't know who the guy was, and she showed it to Ed. He didn't recognize the person. I didn't recognize the person. So maybe that also was the bleach bandit. So maybe it was a hate crime. I don't know. That's a great question, though. I don't know who did it.
You have a stalker.
Do you think maybe the person was just trying to break in so they could clean your apartment more? I mean, they got the outside door, they got the floor.
They never did anything on the outside door. That makes no sense. That makes no sense.
I thought you said they had bleach all over your front door.
I had bleach on the outside of the door, but you wouldn't have to normally break through the door to get into my apartment since the door to my apartment was already open that day.
Oh, why don't you just put a sign on the front door that says, "Door open, come in and clean"?
Oh, that's a security risk.
Once
the police logged the report about the damage to the door, and also I guess Chris was going to come up originally and fix the window in the bedroom, which he still has to do too. But this door also has to be fixed because obviously this is the main door, so you're going to have to replace that with some plywood or something to make sure that the thuggies don't do that anymore.
Or hear me out. You get a new door, and you cover it in ammonia, so that way when they put bleach on it, it like knocks them out, and then they'll be like either dead or laying on the floor unconscious.
And then you got your culprit.
Right.
No, because that would also be bad news for people who are trying to, with valid reasons, trying to clean the door.
Do you have a lot
warn them,
and also result in the hazmat team having to be called into here? No, thank you. I'm thinking on a serious note of actually installing a security camera out there.
Well, you got enough of them. Why don't you?
I do got one, and I'm thinking about getting another iRing doorbell like the woman has in apartment 6. But the only thing is that I have to pay a monthly subscription fee to maintain my file service with iRing. So I'm thinking, like you said, just get one of the dome cameras, get the vandal resistant one, mount it to the wall to cover the entire building or my floor, and then maybe install a digital video recorder in my storage or in my hall or in my closet. That way we can carefully be able to watch the video remotely and see what's going on.
Yeah, you could even like live stream that and just do like a 24-hour live stream, so that way when you're asleep, other people can watch and see if anything's going on outside. Now, DVR said that maybe you should consider taking like an old vacuum cleaner, taking it apart, removing the cabling, and running the cabling along the doorknob, so that way if anybody tries to open the door while you're asleep, they'll get like a jolt of electricity.
And he'll scream and you'll hear it.
Mm-hmm. Or you could put like micro machines down in
Well,
front
that's
of
the reason. Okay,
glass.
let me answer
Put
one person.
Legos.
Okay, let me answer one comment that came in here. Saying someone said the crackhead would probably just rip it off the wall and sell it for crack. It's why I'm going to get a vandal resistant one. It'll be a little harder to rip off. Trust me. I know how to make things really stay if I really want to. After all, you can always use a TIG welder and spot weld the camera right to the wall. You know, and just melt it on a metal bulkhead. That ain't coming off. Not unless he has an oxyacetylene torch or plasma cutter. But then you damn well would notice that somebody cut it off from something. This looks like someone cut this off a wall.
For what, Red?
Yeah, I cut it off the wall.
Well, I would love a 24-hour camera outside your door. How can we get that going?
What's that? 24-hour camera outside your door. How we can get... What's a 24-hour camera? I'll see you the door pro and get... Was it 24-hour camera? I'll see you... I have a couple cameras, but I don't have a video recorder that can record 24 hours of tape. Although I do have a computer that could easily record 24 hours of video. The problem is that I don't usually leave my Mac Pro running 24 hours a day. Once in a great while I do when I'm doing maintenance, but not normally. So it makes sense that getting a freestanding DVR instead, so that we can again record the video on that. She said she didn't fall.
JoJo's in the hospital. Or Josephine Juniper, whatever.
Oh, okay. You were in the hospital.
No, JoJo. Not me.
Oh, JoJo.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe she's just... Was she doing a follow-up on lab results?
What? No. I think she's admitted in the hospital. I guess that's what Red's saying. The
problem DVR whenever shutting your computers off is the fans, typically, depending on the kind of motherboard and the kind of fans, that you tend to develop a huge dust problem inside unless you have a lot of filtration for the air input into your computer, because otherwise you're just going to be sending dust right inside the fan motors. I have plenty of computer cases from people who were smokers and slobs that just show just exactly how bad they can get before the fans basically quit.
And how hard is it to clean that out, Michelle?
If the fan motor is all gunked up with dust and dirt, especially the brushless type, and if it's a sleeve type fan, getting the little tiny piece off that is holding the blades, the shaft to the fan, is very hard, because it's just a tiny little plastic clip.
So what you're saying is, if you leave it going all day and you never clean it out, and years go by, your chances of cleaning it are going to be harder. But what if you cleaned it like every, 6 months?
That's what I do with this one. That's what I do with all my computers. I use my vacuum cleaner and blow. When the crib is told to increase the air velocity by quite a bit, and boy, that sucker gets it out good. I used to use a commercial electric leaf blower.
Do you ever put the massager on blow?
Did I ever what with the massager? No, it doesn't have that option.
Damn.
Yeah, they can get really bad.
Anna's not interested.
And I think it was Adrian's Digital Basement pointed out, is in some cases you can disassemble the plastic bearing carefully enough and clean it out and put in some fresh lithium grease inside. Because what happens, especially with CPU fans, is as they start to get gunked up, the grease gets stiff. They stop turning correctly. The processors get hot. that makes the grease fail, and then they got a double whammy at the same time while you're wondering why your computer's constantly throttling. Yeah.
Hey, Michelle, I was just thinking, didn't our old pal way down below move to California or somewhere on the West Coast too?
I don't know, but he still visits the channel, but he's using his real name now.
Yeah, I don't know why he does that, but regardless, isn't he on the West Coast though? I mean, that's why that should be a reason to do more night shows, right? Did you have a good night show on Saturday? I mean, you made some money, right? I mean,
Way Down Below was already on the West Coast, so it wouldn't matter if he moved to California or stayed in where he was. He's still. I don't want to deal with the night shows because with phone calls, especially the phone calls, because the phone calls keep derailing the show every time.
That's not true.
But Michelle, that's why you have
phone call. You had a phone call from a caller, a female caller, and
right.
She
that was a valid call, right?
Right. So
right.
we both know
your audience enjoys the phone call, so you're going to lose your audience, especially at the night shows.
Yeah. And it was also agreed by Ed and me that he doesn't want to be on the night shows anymore. So you're not going to see any more Ed on the night shows. You might see him doing videos. But I told him, I recommended him, I said, I would do videos for your train stuff on your channel. And if you want to do live shows on your channel, that's fine too.
Michelle, I watched the rest of that night show that night. Like I stayed on, on the late part of it. And I watched Ed talk for like 2 hours and he kept telling you to keep it going. Because he wanted to keep talking. So I don't believe a damn word that Ed said. Ed also said he was going to marry you and that he was going to move away. But then in the same show... We talked about marriage,
yes. We did talk about marriage.
But then
in because the marriage penalty thing, he doesn't really know if that's feasible at this point because of the marriage penalty policies.
Right. See, DVR says, not going to lie, the phone calls are what got me here and are awesome.
Well, okay, but let's see if we can try to get a better setup for the phone anyway, because the way it works with Google Voice is a little bit of problematic. Maybe we should try to put this back on the system more. Oh, it's not even there now. Let's show that. I should put that back up. But right now, it's not forwarding calls to that one, so...
I miss that phone number because we used to hear the beep beep. We heard the ding ding.
Yeah.
And now we don't even hear it ring.
Right. I know. That's funny because the Google Voice does ring. But for some reason it just doesn't seem to come out over on a regular basis. It doesn't always seem to come out over the studio thing. What about text now? What's text now?
I think it's a other, like Google Meet.
See, DVR, the problem isn't so much like her taking phone calls. There's certain people out there that don't want to branch out of a specific form of content.
Right, exactly.
And then because of that, Michelle doesn't want to even entertain people that might want to do other kinds of content.
Because they're stuck on a theme which is totally unsavory.
And unfortunately, that's just how YouTube is. I mean...
Yeah.
The more that we shine a light on the problem, the more the problem's going to be there.
Right. I mean, Ed's an older guy. You'd think he'd be used to, stuff like that and just kind of be because Craig Sr. gets it and he just laughs it off.
Yeah. He just laughs it
off. Ed's
a
little sensitive.
A bit of trolling is fun, but some people really are messed up. No kidding.
Yeah.
Especially when those same messed up people constantly do the same messed up joke regardless.
Well, and it's boring too after a while.
Absolutely.
You know, that person can be funny. I just wish they would, do something a little bit different because they're very good at like getting that shock and awe going.
Right, I'm gonna say something in defense of Andrew because this is something I got to know him.
Michelle,
let me finish. Got to know him off camera. I got to talk to him off the show when it was just me and him and no one else, and it wasn't even on the live stream.
He's got Asperger's, doesn't he?
I don't know, but
he's got something.
I can tell you right now, he can have a mixed feeling. After he had his head injury, I think he changed. Maybe it wasn't diagnosed at the time he was in the urgent care, but he's changed, okay, because of his head injury. And so I wonder if maybe we're dealing with a man who has suffered from, a head injury that caused him to change. So, what do you see about a person who has an accident and then his brain is damaged?
I don't think his brain was damaged, though, Michelle. I think he's just gone back to drinking a lot.
Yeah.
And that changes you.
Yeah, he has.
I mean, but I think he calmed down by the end of the night. But, I know you received some information about how he wants to destroy your channel. So I wouldn't defend him at all.
Well, that's a good question. Why would he want to destroy my channel?
I don't know.
Well, someone's going to ask him. I know he didn't like Monica.
I ain't talking to him.
Michelle, I mean, by all accounts, the guy lives with his brother, and when he's at home, his brother is working. So basically, the guy has no life, right? He doesn't get laid. This is all he can do is talk to you. He doesn't have a girlfriend. He doesn't have much to do, so he's going to attack you.
Well, he was married for a while, so he probably does have daughter or sons. I wouldn't be surprised.
I don't buy that the guy was married. He sounds like a
was past tense married. All right, so the point is I think part of me says give this guy a little, respect. I mean, I think as you said at the end of the show, he calmed down. He was a little more participating in the chat. He was being more constructive, but at the beginning of the show, he was all over the floor. There was no doubt about that.
Well, I'm sorry, but he called me the C word like 50 times. He attacked
I know he
Kitty.
did. I know he did. I watched it.
I don't give no one any respect that comes up here and just wants to start a fight with me for no reason and lies.
Yeah.
That's up to you, Michelle, if you want to give him respect. I don't have any hard feelings towards the guy.
I do have him blocked. Excuse me. I do have him blocked right now, okay? But what I'm saying is we don't need to have that on the show where him going out with 5-letter words and trying to create pandemonium. We don't need that. I want to Princess Sarah. Who the heck is Princess Sarah?
I think that was his wife.
Is he? I got the impression that he isn't gay.
No, he is.
Okay.
He is.
Might be.
Okay.
I don't know.
He does a lot of white knighting, but I think he's gay.
Stan CT says, good morning, Michelle, Lumi, and chat at work until 12 noon. Listing in, then on the road back to New Haven for some matters this afternoon. Okay. Well, if you ever want to come on the panel when you get a free minute, you can do that. I know you'll be busy until 12 noon. I don't know when you go back to New Haven. No man should ever call a woman Right, I agree. Or the other word that starts with the letter B and ends with the word H. She's not a dog in heat. And she's not a dog having puppies.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to be the guy that, says that you should be allowed to call anybody anything. I don't want, that kind of censorship where you can't speak your mind. But I don't agree with the guy. The guy was an idiot. He was just talking shit to anybody that he could. I mean, if it was the chat or myself or anybody else on the panel, even you, Michelle, he was just in the mood to talk shit. And then after a while, he was like, I love everybody. Everybody's cool. And then he went back to talking shit again. The guy was all over the place. He was just a loser.
I don't think he could make up his mind.
Yeah. I don't know.
But I don't know. I don't know either. Maybe one day in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, Andrew, I've already technically blocked him unless he comes up with another name or something. After all, People of Peace has come up with a few new names and we all caught on to it.
Yeah, I miss that guy too. Fucking People of Peace.
I like Pop too. Well, I mean, sometimes he can get a little unruly, but...
Oh, he's not blocked under his official name, People of Peace. He's not blocked under that. It was when somebody said that he's dead, and he's not. But it's not impossible.
You gotta give it to him, though. He livens it up.
Yeah. Andrew can still come on if you want to talk to Andrew. I mean, maybe he should be able to defend himself. I don't know when. I don't know if he will, though. People that run their mouths like that in real life end up with a fist in the mouth. Yeah. Absolutely. Stan, I agree with you 100% about that. So now, let me explain what I did, Leo. For this stream, we did not monetize it, because that way we don't get limited no ads. So, but we will monetize it after the stream is over. Unless it really goes downhill. Well, in that case, we just mark it as members only, and boom, we're done. That's all. If you not happened on the morning streams on a regular basis where they end up becoming so bad that they have to be marked members only.
Well, if that's what you want to do, Michelle. Sounds like a good plan.
Because, no. It has nothing to do with Ed. It has to do with the fact that some troll always constantly marks my streams as unsuitable for all advertisers. And then YouTube later reviews it and they say, oh, this stream is perfectly fine. So the point is if I do that and YouTube says the stream is good, then there's no reason why anybody can flag the stream as unsuitable for advertisers. Because YouTube will have reviewed it and said, there's nothing wrong with this stream. Fine, green dollar sign. Boom, problem solved. Let's see how that works with this one. Because I still constantly have to go over there anyway to constantly appeal the limited no ads anyway. So if there's no ads running and after I'm done with the stream and then I turn monetization on, then there should be no problem. I never seen yet, except once, one of my videos went from green dollar sign to limited no ads, but that was with a manual review from YouTube itself. And it's funny because I also marked the stream as unsuitable for all advertisers when I was given the checklist. So in a way, I also marked the stream as limited no ads because there was things in the stream that were definitely not completely suitable for all advertisers. Again, I'm an honest person. And if I see my stream when I'm doing it live or a video that is full of nasty potty mouths, talking up nasty storms, and using nasty language, I'm going to mark it limited no ads because I know that if I don't, somebody will. Twitter, Jack Dorsey to step down. shop surges. Speaking of mass media outlets, what's the story? I think Blazing Leo, or I think it was either Blazing Leo or maybe Triple X Hyundai mentioned that Google mentioned something in a press release about making changes again.
It wasn't me. It was probably Stan.
Okay, can you give me a recap of what's going on with that?
I mean, isn't Jack Dorsey stepping down kind of like Bill Gates stepping down from Microsoft? Like, it really doesn't affect the company in any way. I mean, they're still going to be just as stuck in the ways as before.
All right, so the question is why are they stepping down? One person I'd like to see step down from the company is Susan Wojcicki. They're actually robbing cargo trains. This is how bad the homeless got.
It sounds like the homeless are actually doing some work, though. I mean, they used to be really lazy. If they're actually stealing shit off of cargo trains, they're fucking busy. I mean, give them some respect for that.
Isn't it kind of hard, though, to open those containers when they're on the flatbeds on the train? I mean, those containers are not exactly easy to open in normal circumstances anyway.
Right, not only that, they don't have cars, so how are they getting all the goods back? They're going to have to, like, foot it and hoof it. So...
Right.
It's just busy homeless people. I don't think it's homeless people. That's what I'm saying. I think it's organized crime.
People. But train robberies on the rise just kind of not surprise me.
I mean, what is a homeless person going to do with, like, 9 pairs of Adidas?
I don't know. That's a good question. Well, the person said, Red Foreman says, they are all people's gifts. They're actually robbing cargo trains. This is how bad homeless got. They're not stealing anything really worth anything. What about the cargo containers that are sitting in the residential streets in Southern California? Those cargo containers are out there because the ports overflowed. I wonder how many vandals have broken into those things.
Right, like what's inside of them? I want to know. Open it up.
Well, I'm sure some of them have figured ways to get bolt cutters to open them up. And I bet would know what they found inside them. Stan says Jack's feeling heat from excessive censorship on Twitter. He's cashing in his chips and retiring in a private island to avoid the collapse. Mining materials, toxic materials, etc. Yeah, that's a possibility too. Without knowing what's actually in those containers, you don't know what you're going to find. But what about Google? Because, Leo, you said Google's shaking up right now, the situation too. What's the story with that?
I don't remember saying that.
All right, man. Struggle Cat wants to come on. Let's get him on here. Good morning.
Hey.
How you doing today?
What's going on, Michelle and crew?
Morning.
Yo.
Stop doing some train heisting. I cracked into a cargo train with my boys, Michelle, but there were nothing but tampons on there. Couldn't do anything with them.
Oh, give them to Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, hopefully he'll get toxic.
Yeah, he can use those tampons to shove them in his ears as earplugs.
Or somewhere else.
Yeah.
I heard he's got a leaky butthole, Michelle.
It's called anal leakage for the medical term.
I remember when they came up with the bioengineered fat to make things fat-free, and one of the symptoms was anal leakage. It was kind of popular in the late 80s, early 90s for this product that made it possible
I
to
remember
get
that.
fat-free
Everybody
ice
wanted
cream
to get
keeping
anal
the fat
leakage.
taste.
I remember on the bag of there, they used to make these things called 3D Doritos, and on the bag it said may cause anal leakage. But you know what? I still ate them anyway. No leakage happening.
That's
None more than usual, at least.
Did it actually help
Beaver
you? Did it help you
parts in it.
actually do a bowel movement by any chance?
Michelle, don't take much to get me going, Michelle. So I'm probably the wrong guy to ask. I could drink a cup of water and then take a shit. So I'm probably the wrong guy to ask, Michelle.
I remember when the high tech fat substitute. Well, it is fat, but it's designed that your body can't digest it, right? I never had a problem being regular. That was the good thing. So I never got constipated eating that stuff. So I was like, oh, this is good for me. And then they stopped marketing, and all of a sudden they started getting clogged up again, like an old clogged up toilet. Like,
Michelle, have you ever tried putting a plunger on your asshole and seeing if you can unclog it?
No.
Have you ever plunged yourself before?
No. Anyway.
It's a new TikTok challenge. It's called taking the plunge.
But you have to coat the edges of the plunger with silicone so it gets a better grip.
Stan CT says this weekend, the weekend New Haven flea market has tons of stolen and fake knockoffs. Everything from New York City, everything from socks to cell phones. Okay.
Yeah, we got that too, Michelle. I live in the hood, so we got people selling Gucci bags, but they're spelled G-U-S-H-I or G-U-S-H-Y.
Wait a minute. Stan, is that similar to what's going on Facebook Marketplace? Because we saw a lot of strange stuff being offered for really ridiculous prices.
Like what?
Well, there was this environmentally friendly home that you could buy for $49. It was called the Ecosphere. It had solar panels, water filtration, everything.
That's a good deal, Michelle.
Me and Ed looked at it, and we saw the actual videos on this thing, and we said, "There's even there that suggests a retail price of $165,000." I said, "Now that sounds a bit high, but given the fact that it has over 700 watts of solar panels on the roof, and it's got a composting toilet, and given the fact that you have to move it with a small suspended crane, yeah, I can see where maybe it'd be at least 40,000. 165,000 is a bit much. But anyway, the point is, it was a really neat idea. It's about the size of a small little mini trailer, like a small little, 20-foot camper, and actually 20 foot isn't even that small. It's like 16 foot. But anyway, it was just a neat idea. I said, really cool, but $49? I don't think so. Not from Pennsylvania. Now, tell me my right, look, it'll probably be this little toy plastic one. I'm like, what is this garbage? Or more likely, once you spent the $49, all of a sudden, the company's going to say, the rest of your bill. And next thing you know, you realize you're paying $49 for the next 10 years. Oh, man.
So I want to say that was just blueprints.
Yeah, I want to say it probably said 49,000, Michelle, but you probably just misread it. Probably said 49K, but you just didn't catch the K.
Yeah. It says $49. Payable with PayPal or your MasterCard and Visa. So I went ahead and I looked into it, and it wasn't even going. It said it was supposed to be from a website called Walmart. Excuse me, you know what the name of the website was called? Walmart. And then it tried to connect me through to a fake PayPal account. So immediately I went to my real PayPal account and I changed my password.
Well, you should have just used the fake PayPal. Use the fake PayPal money to pay for it.
Because that means that somebody actually now has my real my old PayPal account password, so I changed it right away, so that it'll protect me from anybody else trying to steal my real money out by having me log on to their fake PayPal account. Stan CD says, yes, I would not doubt that someone's buying the goods in New Haven and reselling them locally on Facebook. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. Or some major companies doing the same thing, buying fake stuff and then remarketing them on Facebook Marketplace.
Well, that's nothing new. There's just more.
No, I
of
know
it
it's
to do
nothing
now,
new, but it just shows you how
yeah.
desperate people are right now to make a living, that they're willing to do this, selling counterfeit goods.
Well, I mean, again, it's nothing new. It's like saying someone's out there selling their body because it's been around for prostitution's been around for thousands of years. It's nothing
Stan
new.
CT says the thriving black market economy is here. Another sign that the USA is collapsing and the world, Stan. It's not just USA. Not just USA. In fact, I think that my book Silvermoon, I gotta retitle it. I'm gonna give it a better title than Trip to Amtrak by Silvermoon, because it's not really a good book title. I might just call it Silvermoon. Yeah, I like that title, Silvermoon.
Have you read the book yet?
I started to last night, but I started dozing off, so I put it down.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
you're probably listening to the radio on my radio station, and you probably had all the Christmas music, and they're singing out. You're thinking about the Christmases past. I kept sodding off myself.
And the book was
listening
boring.
to the Christmas
Yeah,
music.
I started listening to Michelle. The music was pretty good, but then I got a call.
And
jumped off.
Yeah.
If I try to get to the flea market this weekend and get together a short video about showing some of the goods for sale there. Okay. Yeah, please do. I'd love to see that. I'd love to share it on my channel if you want to. Put it on my channel. I'd love to show people what's going on. After all, this is technically a news channel. This is what this was for. News and information.
What
the
news
comedy
do you got
stuff came later on, but it should never replace the main purpose for this channel.
All right, well, tell me some news, Michelle.
Yeah, what do you got news-wise for us today, Michelle? This is a news channel. Inform us. What's going on in the world?
As of last night, 12 countries have already been infected with the Omicron virus.
Oh,
is that the new?
That's the new strain, new and improved, more deadly than ever, guaranteed to kill quickly. That's what they're doing. Somebody's engineering this garbage. It gotta be. This can't be natural. This is totally manufactured.
Yeah.
Nobody does it better. Rage should use that as a theme song for the rug spray. I just think it's really kind of disturbing that somebody out there is doing this. Why aren't they investigating, convicting these guys when prosecuting them, this country or individuals? I know it's kind of hard, but you guys start with ground zero. Where did the first infection show up? South Africa is where it was started reported. Well, is somebody in South Africa re-engineering the COVID virus? Ooh, quiet room. I think I struck an aha moment. What do you think? Sounds makes sense to me. I think you're right. I think somebody is doing this. It makes sense. It does. It does. Are we actually hearing ourselves? I actually do see I'm modulating. Yes. You guys hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Okay. So anyway, that makes sense. Somebody in South Africa is obviously taking the original virus and modified it. Apparently, it has to be. It's just too strange what's going on. Georgia Port, New World Health Organization, or Omicron is very high risk. Unusual symptoms. Israel bans all foreigners. 62% Swiss back new virus laws. Dutch police arrest fleeing couple. New York City start a winter surge. Yeah, okay, I'm going to talk about the winter stuff too, because that's my job, right? December 21st is when we start our season. First of all, where's the flu? Does anyone know where?
Right, the flu just completely disappeared.
Right. Could the flu have married the virus? And so now, instead of getting influenza, we get COVID-ensa, or something, or it's a combination of the flu and the COVID combined.
Maybe.
Christine's sex trafficking begins. Okay. Yes, says Red Foreman. I already told you every 6 a new one comes. And it's always, and right now, of course, we know it's going to be more in the wintertime because people are going to be inside, huddling around the heat sources, trying to keep warm. And of course, the homeless are going to be huddling over those very nasty, painful-looking grates that New York City put in that looked like something that I was sleeping on before I got my new mattress. Thank you very much. With springs poking up and everything else. I did not get very many good mornings to sleep on that thing. The flu disappeared because they can bill more for COVID. Yeah, I think that's the case. And now somebody in South Africa is making these strains.
Michelle, when did you get that mattress? Did you get that in 2021, that new mattress, right?
2020.
2020.
It's brand new from the store. This is not a secondhand mattress.
To do a video of your mattress and the condition of your mattress within a year.
I did a video on the old mattress. So we hauled the old mattress out to the dump.
Yeah, your new mattress. I want to see how well it's holding up throughout the year. You should do a video.
It's holding up fine. And don't forget, we had 2 very extra wide-body people laying on it.
No stains?
No stains, no sags.
Ew.
Oh.
So, in that case, it meant it's still surviving that.
Huh.
Yeah, it's still comfortable.
That's good. I need to get a new mattress soon.
COVID attaches other viruses and makes a new one. Well, maybe it does. But I was always told that you can't get a vaccine for a virus. That's what the doctors kept telling me. If there was a treatment for that, why can't they treat the common cold? And there's a lot of money to be made for a cold vaccine. All right, let's cover something about this virus real quick. Okay, you don't see people doing lockdowns for the flu. You don't see people doing lockdowns.
No, but they should have. They should have, because I remember that whole epidemic with the bird flu, the H1N1 flu.
Yeah.
They probably could have saved a lot of people's lives, and a lot of people wouldn't have got sick if they would have, did a little bit what they're doing for this COVID.
Washing your hands was always recommended. They never really pushed wearing masks for the flu. But the most common advice that I would like to remind people with the flu, and even COVID, if you're sick, stay home. That's the most important one. If you're not feeling well, stay home. Don't go to work and expecting that you're going to plow through the job. Well,
unfortunately, though, Michelle, because I remember, working, if you didn't show up for your job, sick or not, you'd lose your job.
Right.
That's the problem.
Because you only got so many sick days.
What about the people with AIDS, Michelle? Should they stay home too? The people with the AIDS?
I think AIDS is a little different because...
What does that have?
I'll let Blazing Leo answer that because she has worked in the medical field.
I was asking you, Michelle. I mean, you're saying, wow, you said Blazing Leo has AIDS? Jesus Christ, Michelle, that's fucked up.
I wish I had AIDS.
Whoa! It's going too dark.
So they could help me around here.
Oh, oh.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I mean, that's a good kind of AIDS to have, but...
Well, I think the difference with that disease versus this disease is it's an acquired immune deficiency syndrome. I don't think it affects you the same way where you can give it to other people.
Oh, you can definitely give AIDS to other people, Michelle. Trust me.
But, on the other hand, you could if you did sex, but that's a little different.
Or
Well, I think they've got it. They've got AIDS and HIV under control, and now they're, the newer stuff is what they're making their money on, because they lost their patent for all their medication for AIDS.
Right.
So now they had to develop a new disease.
Yeah.
So you are aware that there are other ways to get AIDS aside from sexual intercourse, right? I mean, you are aware that there are ways to pick up AIDS throughout. There's a few different ways you can get it, not just through the sex.
Well, if you're a drug user, then share a needle.
Like someone spits in your mouth, or they have AIDS.
No. That's false. Unless they have like you have an open wound and they have an open wound.
Like they cough on you.
Like they would. No.
You'll get the AIDS.
Don't be spreading misinformation.
Don't be spreading AIDS.
Yeah, please don't. Blazing Leo is the only one of us here that has actually any medical training. Let her answer questions.
True, Michelle. That's not true. I've watched a couple episodes of Mr. Wizard and House and ER, so I mean, I got a little knowledge under my belt.
Well, you need to go back and rewatch those episodes.
Yeah, I only made it to like season 2 of House. I couldn't do it anymore.
Now, let me ask you a related question, though, since it's related to Viry. What about if you what if you have a physical sore and someone, for some reason, I don't know, sneezes on your physical sore? Can you still get COVID that way without even breathing it? In other words, it's not getting directly to your lungs.
COVID has gone airborne, I think. Hasn't it? It's airborne now. It's like the flu.
I think it's been that way for a while, yeah.
Yeah, it's been that way since, I think, 6 months after the epidemic.
It came out.
Pandemic.
Okay. Well, somebody said mosquitoes cannot spread COVID. I don't know if that's true. I mean, mosquitoes, could they theoretically get their food meal from an infected person and give it to you?
The only thing we know about this is what we're being told. I'm sure it can be spread a lot, or will mutate to where it does spread a lot,
I feel a mosquito could spread it. I mean, they can give somebody parvo. They can give them. They could give somebody possibly AIDS, or
you can get the West Nile virus from mosquitoes.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Why would the corona not fall into that? And it's even
that's an
more
interesting virus right there, the West Nile virus. How come they never worked on a vaccine for that?
It didn't stick. I mean, I don't think it was as intense.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I ever heard any studies. I know. Yeah, I don't know, Michelle. I don't know if I've ever heard any studies about that.
I don't think it was as intense as the corona.
Check about it for me and let me know what you can find out. I'm curious.
What? I'm sorry. What'd you say, Michelle?
Red Foreman says COVID attaches to existing viruses to mutate without a host. That's why it's so fast. It makes us, Mukbang says, makes me anxious to talk about virology. Can we talk about Star Wars?
No, that's...
Well, I'm sorry, but as much as you hate it, you gotta admit this is a bit of a problem that needs to be addressed. And I still think it's somebody in some dark lab is doing this. I don't think it's entirely natural mutation.
Well, yeah, Michelle, it's proven because Bill Gates wanted to patent the virus. You can't patent a natural virus.
Right.
So it was man-made.
Yeah.
What kind of money would he make? Like, is he trying to dig into the vaccination, funds or something?
Well, if he has the patent, that means that anybody who wants to do studying, to do medication or vaccines on it, then it would have to go through him first. They would have to buy it from him.
That greedy
so he would get money getting
money.
people sick because then the companies like Pfizer and Moderna, etc., would have to pay him to work on the cultures.
Right.
That's kind of messed up, if you ask me.
He's capitalizing off of an illness. I mean, the guy's already a piece of shit. I mean, why not add more to his resume?
Yeah.
When contagion meets another contagion, mutations explode. Imagine if this virus joined up with malaria or West Nile or, heaven forbid, the Black Death, the bubonic plague. My Lord.
Yeah, I heard that was coming back around too. There was
especially in
there's so much coming
SoCal,
back.
especially in Southern California because of the lack of unhygienic situations with the homeless camps.
Well, yeah, that was like a few years ago. They were saying that the Black Plague was coming back. I remember that because like Michelle said, all the people were using the bathrooms on the streets, and all the rats and stuff running around over there.
Yeah, well, because our homeless population was getting out of control.
Yeah, it still is.
It always has been.
They're cleaning it up over here, but those poor people
the cities
don't
are
know
not doing the right thing to fix the problem. I mean, what New York City's doing right now, by replacing these grates that look like something out of hell, tells me that the homeless are going to be sitting over those hot air ducts. Of course they are, because that's the only warm places to sleep in entire old New York City. But the rat population, the waste products in Southern California, New York City, and probably other cities too, has gotten so prevalently bad that mutations, viruses, Black Death was caused by a flea. So you can visualize how easily the Black Death could spread in areas like that where there's no proper hygiene. Yeah, Los Angeles is hell on earth. And only the nicest people in the highest level of hell can afford to live in those nice places of Hollywood and Beverly Hills. Everybody else lives at the lowest level where the devil loves to torture you to an inch of your life. Morocco held all incoming flights because of virus variants. It's the same thing as 2019 all over again, guys. It's the same thing as 2020 all over again. It has not changed. They're not fixing the problem. They're doing the same thing, and it's resulting in the same results. And I don't know if things are ever going to get back to normal the way we're going.
Well, I honestly think that if the uppers, the 1%, keep us in chaos, then we don't pay attention to what they're really doing. That's why they have Antifa and, all that going on. It keeps us distracted from what they're really doing.
Right. Australia delays relaxing the border. 5th Omicron case reported. Speaking of another thing with the number 5, they did shut down the number 5 pipeline from Canada.
Oh, they did?
Yeah. Get ready for pain. We sent 13 million barrels of oil from the strategic reserve to China. 13 million barrels to China. Does that help pay our deficit? I don't know. Is China still going to try to rape us? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm sure it's in here. In the USA, the virus is probably here. Associated Press says France waits on tests for 8 suspected Omicron variant cases. Yeah, this is getting to be kind of scary, honestly. And very frustrating for everybody. As we're going through this over and over and over again. Alright, so let's see what else we got to cover here. So, you listened to you listened to part of the Silvermoon radio last night. What did you think about it?
I liked the music last night.
Were you surprised to know that was all records, not even MP3s I was playing?
Well, I knew they were records, so I wasn't surprised, but the quality did sound pretty good.
The Journey one's a little gunked up with junk on it. I tried to clean it with a toothbrush and some Dawn dish soap, but I think I gotta clean it some more because that one really was gunked up. Oil is traded on commodities market. No way to keep our oil here. Yeah, we will not buy any more oil from Canada through a pipeline anymore. Where's a lot of the supplies for it? Toilet paper is not the only one that's running short right now. It's probably sitting on a side street outside of the port of Los Angeles. They got so many containers sitting outside of the ports right now.
What's that? What's sitting outside of
everything?
Los Angeles?
Housewares, toilet paper, paper towels.
Yeah, we go through every once in a while, our stores run low and then they stock back up again.
Yeah. Judge report unusual symptoms of mutant COVID strain. South African doctor who first raised alarm about Omicron warns its early symptoms are mild and patients do not lose their sense of smell. It sounds like more like it feels like the flu from what I've read about the symptoms. So I wonder if it merged with the flu virus.
Well, to be honest, everything about this virus is exactly the same thing the flu gives you. And we wouldn't know the difference because even their faulty tests are 50-50 at best. You know, and who's to say that they're not just saying it's the virus when it's the flu? You know, we won't know.
Yeah. Well, I know that YouTube doesn't like people talking about the virus that much. But at the same time, they especially don't like small channels talking about the virus.
Yeah, YouTube can suck an egg.
I don't understand why YouTube feels that way, that small channels shouldn't talk about the virus.
Well, because they're owned by somebody who, you know, wants to get their opinion across and nobody else's.
Yeah, but if things weren't so serious, I mean,
I still serious.
We need to talk about this. We need to cover this.
Of course we do, but, you know, they're not going to let us.
Yeah. Contagion meeting contagion. I think maybe the two have married each other, and I think they had Omicron as a baby. I think it's very likely that Delta married the flu virus, and now they're having babies called Omicron. What happens when we run out of letters in the Greek alphabet? Then we start using the American alphabet? Then we start using the Latin alphabet? Then we start using the Israeli alphabet? I don't know. I don't know. Then we start going to the Chinese alphabet?
I would think they would just double up on the letters.
Yeah, double A, Delta, Alpha Beta, Gamma Beta. Remember Alpha Betas from the Revenge of the Nerds? Yeah, the Jocks, right? And Booger was part of that group. Like, the Ogre, not Booger. Ogre. And he later turned out that he was actually more of a nerd in his own right. So he repatriated as a lambda. Yeah, that was kind of funny. He takes a whole bunch bowl. So yeah, it's very likely, guys. I don't know how they work this out.
Michelle, you would definitely be an Omega Moo, Michelle. If you were in that movie, you would be one of the.
I would probably be a
Moo.
Mega Moo, yeah.
Omega Moo.
Omega Moo, because I am definitely would be one of the Moos there. That definitely would be my camp.
I'd party with them. I'd party with the Moos. They look like they know how to have a good
I kind
time.
of
Get a
felt
little
bad
bit
for
of
the
weed in
Omega.
them.
I felt kind of bad for the Omega Moo that was playing the violin. Of course, then Poindexter was playing his electric violin too.
Judy, her name was Judy, Michelle, the girl with the glasses. Yeah.
Okay. Judy. That was Judy. Which Judy?
That
yes, the Omega Moos. Yeah, okay.
The Omega Moo, yeah, the violin girl.
And don't forget, the Poindexter was also playing the violin too. He was playing an electric violin.
He was cooler though at it. He had the electric one. Oh no, was it Poindexter?
Yep.
Oh yeah, that was the real nerdy guy, right?
Yeah. Right. Stan CT says the next 48 hours will just dictate how fast it's spreading. Good idea to stock up on canned goods. Yeah, we kind of did already. Most of the food right now we have is actually in little boxes. It's not really canned. Because we got the crappiest can opener we ever had. Well, actually, a can opener today, right now, we have is kind of mediocre. The last can opener we had was garbage. So cans kind of suck. But we are going to be getting nice size check around Yule this year. Nice size check during Yule this year. Okay, pretty good size check, right? Okay, let's talk about another thing. Stimulus checks. Is there going to be one?
Oh my goodness!
At this point,
I thought that was over.
Some senators are kicking the ball around the court about possibly giving a stimulus check. But at this point, nothing is in stone. Don't expect to get one before Christmas. But right now, they got another serious problem to deal with. The big bomb called the debt ceiling. They have not put enough to raise it up for the whole year. What I don't know is why the government doesn't seriously just go, you know what? We got to cut our costs for next time. Because they're not going to raise their debt ceiling again. So, we're going to have to slash funds. We're going to have to slash, spending. That's what I do in my budget. If I know that I'm getting close to my danger zone in my budget, I actually try to find ways to cut costs. Why doesn't the government do that? Stan CT says, MicheleMarieDalene, the next 40 years. Okay, yeah, we write that one. Okay. I wasn't sure we could cut up on that. So, it's going to be frustrating. And they got to come up with a debt ceiling increase by December 6th. I don't think they're going to do it. Because Mitch McConnell already gave Chuck Schumer the finger. He said, nope, not helping you again. He treated me like an asshole last time.
Who did?
Chuck Schumer treated Mitch McConnell like an asshole. So Mitch McConnell refuses to help him this time. But the so-called stimulus bill / Green New Deal is likely not going to pass if Manchin and Sinema refuse to vote for it. That hasn't changed any. It's just more and more senators reading the bill and they're seeing it's really just a Trojan horse. It's not going to pass as it is written. It does not help the American people at all.
Oh, shit.
And what I mean by that is this. We have another thing coming. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire is so delightful. Since we have no place to go because of the pandemic, let it snow, let it snow, let it snow, and we will be getting snow.
Michelle, it snowed over here on Saturday. We got about maybe an inch, Michelle, and we've had some 2 days now, and the snow is still on the grass. It survived. I'm very surprised. I did not think it would stick, let alone survive, but unfortunately, Michelle, I think you're right. Snow is on its way. We already got a little bit, and more's coming.
That's the autumn steward doing their job, getting the ground ready for May season.
Well, tell them to stop it.
All right, Michelle, let's get some business out of the way here, Michelle.
We already have been doing
business lady. You got your YouTube channel here. Like myself, there are a lot of people, Michelle, who dislike the snow. So how much donation money will it take for you not to make it snow this year, Michelle? What are we talking? $500? A couple $100? Not to make it snow, Michelle.
Guys, I have to find a balance between the two sides, always. And that's probably the hardest thing about my job, is the fact that you got to find a balance where you can get just the amount of snow to maintain the hydrology of the earth, at the same time, not enough snow to actually kill anybody. And I can tell you right now, that is almost impossible to do, because, and also, of course, the ski resorts need your cold and they need the snow. Sure, you could say, well, making it cold and then they can make their own snow. That's true, they do. But Mother Nature makes snow for free, and they don't have to worry about having a lake in the center of the resort filling up with water just so they can basically suck 600 gallons per hour out of the pumps.
Michelle, I see what you're doing here. I like your negotiation tactics, but let's just cut around the bush. Just give me the number, Michelle. I'll get my checkbook out right now. Just give me the number, Michelle. What's it going to take?
What I really need right now is a video card.
You all right? Okay, so if I buy you that video card, Michelle, if I get you that video card, Michelle, you can guarantee me no snow this year.
I'll tell you what kind of video card it is. You tell me what you can find. I need a Sapphire R280 with Mac EFI boot RAM, 3 gigabytes of RAM.
Always show at the back.
Like I got now, it's the same card off the shelf. PC card, but it doesn't have Mac RAM in it.
I'll get you that card, Michelle. If you can guarantee me no snow, I will get you that card. No snow like it was in 2019. You make that happen, I'm going to get that computer going for you.
The next one, okay. Stan says you need to get angry and demand donations for no snow, like OG Hustler Gene Scott did in the day.
Or like threaten people with a blizzard if they don't donate. I'm going to fucking dump all this snow on you.
Now, wait, does anybody know? Does anybody here know? Does anybody here know who Gene Scott is? Obviously, Stan does. I do. Does anyone else know who Gene Scott is?
I don't.
No.
Name sounds kind of familiar, but
He's
probably
kind of
not.
an interesting guy. He sits there on his religious channel, smoking his stogie in his mouth, quoting Bible scriptures.
Yeah.
He used to do 18-hour shows, or maybe they were just videotaped and segments and glued together.
Was this someone on TV, Michelle, or YouTube? Is this a YouTuber?
Some of his older stuff might be on YouTube.
So he's like a local access to you guys? Was he public access or something?
It was on a UHF TV channel, channel 18.
Probably like a Wally George or something. Yeah, we don't know who that is.
Instead of Home Shopping Club, you got Gene Scott 24 hours a day.
Gene Scott. I'll have to give him a look. Gene Scott, Connecticut. Give him a look up here. Michelle, do you know who Reverend Al Sharpton is?
I actually kind of like make my own musical instruments. I'm finding things that make musical notes, like the calendar we discovered. That makes an excellent bell. I'm still going to buy myself that violin sooner or later.
That'd be great.
You're going to learn the violin, Michelle?
I wanted to learn to play the violin. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, cool. I've always wanted to learn that.
He was based in California. Yes, he was.
Oh, okay. It was from California.
That makes sense. He would be based in California. But still, he was quite a character in his own right.
I don't remember him.
Channel 18 in Connecticut back in the day.
Michelle, how did you not have your own public access show?
Oh my God. The lead prosecutor in the Ghislaine Maxwell case is Maureen Comey, and she's the daughter of James Comey, who was head or involved in that Pizzagate funny business.
Oh, really?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we used
Piece
to.
of shit.
Except Channel 18 was not on cable systems. It was not a cable channel. It was a regular UHF TV channel. Just like Channel 27 from Worcester. We used to get that in East Heartland, too.
Okay, so apparently the trial is not going to be live, but you can listen in live.
It was a scrambled
call this number right now.
channel, which is even more interesting.
The number they have?
See, this is how this works.
You have to call in and listen in.
Channel 27 was a scrambled TV channel from Worcester, Massachusetts, and we used to get it in East Heartland. And of course, nobody had this descrambler to watch the shows, so no one really watched it.
Welcome to AT&T's teleconference service. Please enter your access code. All
right, let's try this.
I would like to wish all our Jewish viewers a happy second day of Hanukkah and a shalom.
Your access code was not recognized. Nice. Please re-enter your access code, followed by the pound sign.
We're going to see if we can get on this trial, Michelle. That's what Skynet's doing. We're going to link on this trial.
Your access code was not recognized. Please re-enter your access code, followed by the pound sign.
We're going to check in on this trial.
Wait a minute, who's doing that?
Nah.
Why are you doing that? Let me ask you a question.
Actually, that is not the right one.
Wait,
Never mind.
Wait a minute. You just give me an idea. Hold on a minute.
Okay.
You just gave me a brain idea. Oh, man, you know what that is? What if we could
do
this
like a brainstorm?
What if we could do the same thing with this channel? That is, get a teleconferencing set up. And so that every show, we could just basically, have everybody call in on their phones and listen to the show. Like a party line?
But Michelle, never mind.
Well, I'll do that if you talk dirty to me. If I call into you on a party line, you gotta talk like a little dirty to me and erotic, Michelle.
Here's why I'm saying this.
Yeah.
Think about that. Okay, you call a number. Let's say a local. Let's say 1-800 number. Oh no, let's make it better. Let's go for 1-900 number.
1-900 Snow Queen.
After a little shorter than maybe SNWQ.
Cum Queen. Yeah. I like it.
The point is, okay, so then you basically would pay 50 cents for the first minute and then 25 cents for each additional. Ooh. How much money does that go to the actual person who's paying for the phone number? I don't know.
That's a good idea, Michelle. I think you should bring the 1-900 numbers back. Or 976. How about that, Michelle? How about a 976 number?
976 number.
Yeah, remember those from back in the day?
Do they even have those anymore?
There used to be a local 1976 numbers too in Connecticut. Yeah. Okay, what I'm trying to say is if remember we were going to set up the voice over IP system, and I'm still partially set up for that. I just didn't get a voice over IP provider yet because the money didn't quite materialize with the stimulus check. But I'm still partially configured for that. But the problem is that we're going to use the T-Mobile for the videos, and then we're going to use the Frontier for the voice over IP. But at the time, my voice over IP, my Frontier was looking like a pile of broken garbage. So I don't know if that would still work. But it still would have been interesting if we actually had done it. Boring holiday information. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about the Hanukkah line there? Yeah. What is it? Yesterday was the first day of Hanukkah, wasn't it?
It was. Nope. Yesterday was the first. Yeah. Today's the second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, happy Hanukkah, Monday. America. Happy Hanukkah to you. May your candles burn brightly all the way through.
I don't know what. I don't know why, but it seems early this year. I'm not sure how the date is set for Hanukkah, but it seems a bit early. We're not even December yet, and we're already celebrating the Hanukkah. So I don't know.
Yeah, that is weird.
Isn't it? Right? It's usually like the 12th or like the middle of the month around Christmas time.
Now, speaking of Christmas, when did we celebrate Advent? Because let me pull up the calendar here because I want to see.
Well, we
this.
can. What? Starting Wednesday, Thursday, Michelle, we can celebrate that.
Today's Hanukkah, guys. Today is Happy Hanukkah. Happy Hanukkah to you. Happy Hanukkah to you.
What about Kwanzaa for our
through.
brothers and sisters out there? Happy
It
Kwanzaa.
looks like we've already started the Advent already because there's five Sundays. So the 28th was the first Advent of the year. So November 28th was, theoretically speaking, was Advent.
It was yesterday.
Yes.
Happy
Advent. And I played Christmas music yesterday on the show, so we kind of did our equivalent of lighting our Advent wreath, so to speak.
Yeah.
I gotta get my wreath on the door.
What's that? I always have a wreath on my door. That's
Yeah, I made one. Well, it was my mom's, and I redid it, and I had to put it on my door and get my tree up.
I put my Christmas bells
my
up
Christmas
the other
tree
day.
is up year round, guys, so you never have to worry about me putting it up. It's already up year round. So
it's not a bad idea to keep it up because you could even decorate it for like Easter and Halloween and.
Right, just plug in the lights when you want them on. Yeah, okay. Anyway, so don't forget, guys. I might as well bring this up right now since I got the calendar in front of my hand. Monday night, 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. It's probably going to be one of the few night shows that is not going to be on Wednesdays or Saturdays. It is December 20th at 7 p.m. United States Eastern Time will be the Yule Convocation. And it's like last year, we were going to start with the actual ceremony. Unfortunately, I didn't buy any candles, so we might have to just do without candles.
Send in my earwax
I
candles,
breathe a
Michelle,
sigh
this
of
week.
relief about no candles because then I don't have to worry about burning the house down. But we'll still try to make it a nice setup. I will work on that, okay? Maybe I can take some of those Christmas lights and I can just, like the little LED battery ones and just set them up instead of instead of our actual candles. It'd be kind of weird during the candle light.
Yeah, you should probably just use real ones, Michelle. Let's keep the ritual. Let's keep the ritual going. You still got like 3 weeks to do it. We can get you some candles somehow.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you can find some candles. When are you going to the store next with Krista?
I got some candles on my shopping list from a Wiccan supply. So yeah, I can get them delivered before.
When are you going with Krista next to the? Do you guys still go to the store with Krista? We didn't make any
plans to the store this year. We're going to be ordering a lot of our supplies from Walmart.com because we got food delivered to the house, so we can actually get the cat litter and stuff to deliver to the house.
Candles at Walmart, Michelle. If you need some new candles, you can maybe get some at Walmart.
You can get them at the dollar store too.
Yes, they actually Instacart also goes to Dollar General or Dollar Tree.
There you go, Michelle.
Yep.
You're good to go. Yeah. You can get some candles from there as well. Leo was saying. You
the Dollar Tree candles suck. Okay, I bought some a couple years ago.
Yeah, but they get the job done.
You're only doing
you gotta
it for
watch which ones. Yeah, you got to watch which ones you get, too.
Yeah, you're only using it for the cantonation, Michelle. I mean, it's not like you're going to be using them for, like, emergency candles or putting them on a cake or nothing.
The convocation, not the cantonation. I don't know if they're using such a thing. They'll
burn. I mean, the candles will burn, Michelle.
The thing is that I don't want to buy those tapers. Those things are way too tall. I don't want the tapers. They're way too tall.
You can cut them down.
Get some votive.
Unless I'm going to break them in half and cut them in half, then maybe that might make sense.
And Michelle, just get votive candles or tea light candles. Those are the smaller ones, the short ones.
The little short 6-inchers.
Yeah, those are called votive candles.
Like Andrew.
No, those are the wall candles. Are the little tiny. They're the ones in the little tiny tins. Those are all candles.
Those are tea lights.
Right, I got tea lights. I got plenty of those.
Oh yeah.
The little votive candles you're talking about, they're smaller. You're right. They're little stubby things. They don't. Sometimes they're used underneath fondue pots.
Yeah.
They're
also common in cooking meth, but those are the backwoods boys, without the burners.
People actually, when they're cooking, doing anything like that, usually use a lot more than just candles. They need a lot more fire.
Oh, like I said, those are the backwoods, the backwoods ones. Can't afford the propane tank.
Speaking of dreidel, which is a Hanukkah toy, I don't know much about.
Made of clay.
I gotten a couple dreidels, and they're like little square tops, for lack of a better.
Like a top, Michelle. Yeah, it's a game you play. You spin it and see where it lands. It's a game. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
We should play some dreidel. You and Ed should have like a dreidel off. You both spin one and crash them into each other and see which one spins the longest. Like, pretty good content. Some dreidel battles. You versus
Latkes. That's like a potato pancake.
Potato pancake, that it is.
Yeah.
Oh, I love potato pancake.
See, I happen to have friends that are Jewish.
You eat a lot of lavka. You eat a lot of brisket. You eat a lot of donuts. The reason you eat like the donuts is because that's what they made. They use the oils.
By the way, we wanted to also explore doing something besides obviously getting a video card, which by itself is boring. We were talking about originally getting to tarot card readings. I still kind of want to try that.
On my channel with Blazing Leo, $5 to $10 a reading. Schmeckle Cat, we're gonna get that going very soon.
Oh yeah, she can certainly do readings if she wants to here. If she
will. No, not here on Schmeckle's channel.
I was thinking about doing some for Michelle, so she
not
can
doing
get
no
some money in.
no. We'll talk about this off screen.
Powerful sneeze.
Talk about this off screen.
Get the money in. It would still be interesting to do, like, general sign readings for like the different signs, like, the weekly. I'm gonna do a weekly reading, like for the oldest 12 signs of the zodiac. General readings, and like money, career, like Truth Told Tarot does, and but with our own twist. Maybe asking the tarot reader to look up things in the tarot that may be a little bit more bizarre. I want to kind of think that would be cool. What do you think, Blazing Leo? Maybe, for example, find out if you can do tarot readings on people's pets. You stop, Paul!
Oh, my stomach.
Oh, it's Skynet. Hold on a minute.
Oh, sorry, Michelle. My coffee. I got coffee guts, Michelle. I am so sorry.
All right, so I couldn't.
What was the question?
Exactly what I meant. I couldn't even ask the question. I said was maybe for something unusual, maybe we can do tarot card readings for people's pets.
I don't know if I could do that.
That would be different.
So I have a couple pets that have been passed beyond the grave that I'd like to get a hold of. Do you think we could find a medium who could allow me to talk to?
Well, we could try something. We could try something a little more down to earth. We could try obviously an everyday, like weekly tarot reading for all the people here.
Do they speak English or is it foreign?
I just imagine
what kind of language do they speak?
Like bark and meow and.
One of the things is that, well, obviously, it would have to be in the common language of people and the animals, which means it would probably be in English for American cats and dogs understand that. I know my cat understands English.
But I had a Norwegian forest cat, Michelle. Wouldn't it speak like Norwegian, or wouldn't it speak whatever they speak in Norway?
I don't know.
Or if I had a German Shepherd, wouldn't it speak in German?
Okay, the point here is if we could do tarot readings on this channel, we could even have a live show just doing tarot readings. Maybe that would be a good night show once a week. Just to pull out the old tarot decks. Pull out a couple decks of cards and Two general readings for the different signs of the
You
zodiac.
can tune into my channel when Blazing Leo does it.
I've never seen anybody do reading. I've never seen anybody do reading for the 13th sign of the new zodiac, Ophiuchus.
Confucius? Wasn't that a Chinese?
Confucius said,
yeah, that guy. What are those called? Philosopher? Wasn't that a Chinese philosopher?
No. That's Confucius. Ophiuchus is. Let me finish.
Oh.
Ophiuchus is between Cancer and Virgo. Ophiuchus. Leo,
Confucius say, "Man who go to bed with itchy butt, wake up with smelly finger."
Okay.
Ew.
Yeah. Whatever. Okay. The point is there's 13 signs according to one zodiac system. There's 12 signs in the other zodiac system. So what if we could do zodiac readings for both? I mean, tarot card readings for all signs, including Ophiuchus. Theoretically speaking, you don't need new cards. You just need to find a time to do 13 readings in a 2-hour, 3-hour show.
Leo, are you working today?
Yes, I am.
Absolutely, Stan. Tarot readings also bring in the subscribers. Really.
If you can find yourself a good terrorist on your channel, then you could probably bring some in.
Well, right now, the only one that has any experience with tarot is Leo again.
Yeah, she's already exclusive to my channel, Michelle. So you're gonna have to get yourself a deck of cards. And
wait.
Well, I did have another person that wanted to do tarot readings, Doug Jackson, there, but unfortunately she doesn't been able to get back to it.
We got a verbal contract the other day.
We did, huh?
Yeah. You are on my thing. You said you would do that. I mean, let's not break that. We'll discuss it. But we already got a verbal contract going, so I mean, we don't want to tie you up in court with all that mess. So we just keep it going the way we keep it going. You know what I mean? You know?
Well, I mean, if you guys want to see night shows, we can do more than just phone calls. That's just the point. Is that we could have one show that's just totally dedicated to tarot card readings. And maybe Leo could even teach me how to do some of them, and then we could learn how to. Or I might just grab a couple decks of cards myself and try to figure out what the hell they mean when they start shuffling through them. See what happens. You never know. Mine ends up with some really weird readings, though, because I'm not good at tarot reading. I only know a few of the signs.
You're not a shuffle cards, Michelle? You're not a shuffle cards?
Yeah, I know how to shuffle cards somewhat. I'm not that good. I always make jumpers.
Jumpers.
Let's make it fast. Oh, this card flew up.
So have you ever played a card game, Michelle? Have you ever played like blackjack? Have you ever played poker?
No.
I feel I don't know why, but I feel like you would be good at like blackjack or poker. Like I really don't know why, but I have like a hunch, like Rain Man.
I know how the games are played.
Like
if that's what you mean. At least I know how blackjack is paid, or 21 is just called. Yeah, I know it's played. Yeah.
I feel like if I took you to a casino, Michelle, we would just clean them out. Like Looney,
it doesn't work.
Louie.
Don't worry, the house always wins in a casino, and especially on the card tables. Don't expect you're going to clean them out. You're not.
But I don't know why. But I just feel like with your abilities or your brain, we could just clean up. I don't know why. Or the roulette table, Michelle. I'd love to take you to the roulette table, man. Maybe just spit some random numbers out. See what hits. Keno. I'd even play Keno with you. I think we should go to the casino.
My brother was really good at Keno.
Yeah, it's like
always won on that stuff.
Yeah, I just feel Michelle would be good on something.
I tried Baccarat. That was kind of weird.
Baccarat?
Yeah.
That.
I don't know. I just didn't understand the game too well with the idea of shoes.
Isn't that the one you get with like the checkers?
What is it? Where did you play that at, Michelle? What is Baccarat?
We played video Baccarat over at what is it there? Turning Stone.
Oh, okay. What about?
Because the June Gravel wanted to go to Turning Stone, so we would play. We played a couple different games. We played Baccarat. We played the tables too, but we also played a video game involving shoes and something out there. You had the deck of cards were in shoes. I didn't understand it. I think it was Baccarat.
Oh, that's weird. Have you ever played like a slot machine, Michelle?
It was a
You ever tried
video
playing-
game, like a video console game.
Right.
But of
right.
course, you put your turning stone card in, and there's money involved, electronically transferred. It's just weird.
Did you play slot machine before, Michelle?
Oh, I played the slots too.
You like the slots?
I blew through $300 in less than an hour, so that tells you.
Wow.
Whoa, Michelle!
What slots did you play?
You were playing the high rollers. Holy
The dollar slot?
yeah, how many? Like $20 a pull? That's a lot of
25 cents, 50 cent slots.
Holy Christ!
Yeah, but those slot machines get you because it's not just 25 cents. It's 25 cents per line or whatever.
Right.
Then you're
exactly.
playing $5 each time or something.
Yeah.
Did you have fun, Michelle? That's the
It
point.
was fun.
Yeah.
You had a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
Good. That's what it's. You know what?
Me
That's
and
what you
June
really got to go in.
we had a nice dinner. We had a nice date getting up there, and we stopped at the sandwich shop and we had a sub. That was just a couple years ago.
One thing I like to do, Michelle, after I lose at the casino, is hit the buffet. They always have the nicest buffets at the casino.
Yeah,
Brisket, prime rib.
Turning Stone had a buffet, yeah, but I think that the way they were doing it was a little different because the drinks were not free. The soda was not free.
No, you got to pay for your soda, probably. Yeah. Some buffets, I don't know, like at the casino, they usually charge
however,
like
when
$25.
I went to Mohegan Sun, they didn't charge me for soda refill, so they gave it to me for free.
Yeah, the casino by me they got free soda, free coffee.
Yeah, everywhere's different. Yeah, Michelle, there's two things, Michelle, you will not find in a casino. Do you know what those two things are, Michelle?
Slots is one of them, I think, but even though that's why the reason why it's the most big.
No. Two things you will never find in a casino are a window and a clock. Those are the two things you will never find.
They don't have windows and they don't have a clock, and the time and the lighting in there is always kind of subdued, always making it seem like it's twilight.
They don't want you to know what time it is. They just want you to keep going.
Exactly, but yet I was wearing a watch, so I didn't know what time it was.
The house always doesn't win.
So.
I think, yeah, I'm glad you made it to the casino, Michelle. I feel everyone should go at least once in their life. Take the attitude of going just to have fun. Never expect to win, but when you do,
eventually,
one thing my dad wanted to do.
Eventually, I would like to go back to Atlantic City again. I haven't been there since my parents, when I was of age, and then before the Mohegan Sun was built. So I would kind of like to go back to Bally's. Sands is gone, unfortunately.
Yeah, that's a good time.
I don't know which casinos are still left down there on the boardwalk.
Oh, I'm sure they still got some. How about Las Vegas, Michelle? I've never been to Las Vegas. It sounds like a good time as well. Would you go there?
I heard that Vegas has gone to shit.
Probably.
Well, especially after the pandemic. Everything has gone to crap.
Yeah, I'd like to visit like good old 90s, early 2000s Vegas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Well, that's cool, Michelle, that you went to the casino. I'm glad that you've got that life experience of going to the casino. Again, I'd like to take it.
Last time I went to the casino, it was with Sherry Heaton.
I don't know why, but I just let you walk around, Michelle, get like a feeling for something. And
Let's
go at it.
Wow.
But after you telling me that you
almost
lost
went down the wrong tube there.
I'm not confident.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I wonder what would happen if you get tea in your lungs. Do you get instant COVID?
You get pee in your lung? How would you get piss in your lung?
I'll be right back.
No,
all
tea, T-E-A, tea.
Oh, like drinking tea?
Well, yeah, just drinking my tea, it almost went down my lungs and made a mistake.
I don't think you'd get COVID. You might get pneumonia, but not COVID.
Do we like drinking iced coffee? It's more of a spring, summer thing for many. I'm not really into it.
I don't really do. Yeah, I like the iced coffee in the summer for sure. Ironically, though, I do like the...
I still like the Dunkin' Donuts coladas. coladas. They're cool.
Those
but
are
they're
good.
very expensive, though.
Yeah, those are good.
Yeah.
I like to do iced coffee in the summertime, or every once in a while I'll get this. It's like a frozen cappuccino. It's like a slushy. Get that from Tim Hortons. But yeah, I usually drink hot coffee, especially in the winter.
Wintertime is hot coffee, hot tea, and hot cocoa. Or we do get hot cocoa here, but most of the time we just drink either instant coffee, aka cremated friend, and we drink tea. Those are two things that we drink here. I drink a lot more tea than I drink coffee. I'll drink coffee, but not on a regular basis.
I haven't had hot chocolate in years, Michelle.
I got lots of hot cocoa. Trust me.
Some good stuff.
Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of packets of hot cocoa that we bought. I just kind of forgot a lot about them, but they're sitting on my shelf when I was organizing.
You're prepared. You're prepared for the winter.
Yeah, I'm prepared for the winter.
Up, Michelle. Drink them up.
That's my job anyway. Why wouldn't I be ready for winter? Duh. Okay, speaking of that, though, one thing we don't have is we don't have a little put for a generator. We haven't got a generator. I was thinking about getting one of those solar ones because the fact is they want to ban small engines in California. And they haven't banned them in Connecticut yet, but I wonder if it'd be better anyway to have a solar charger or solar panel inverter system that can power without the noise. Do
you lose power often in the winter, Michelle?
No, we don't.
Well, that's good. That's a blessing.
Yeah, that's good.
One house I used to live in, I only lived there for 1 year, but we would always lose power in the winter. It would suck.
Yeah,
my pipes would freeze.
Yeah,
that's fucking nuts.
Does being a Stone Queen pay a good salary? It's more of an honor job, and it's kind of like, some people on their YouTube channels, they don't get paid, but they like doing them, so it's the same thing. It's a volunteer position. I've been doing it now for about 10 years, so it doesn't bother me. I had my coronation on December 21st, 2011 at 0000 hours Universal Coordinated Time. For us, that was December 20th at 7 p.m. on December 11th, 2011. I have been not doing this job ever since, and I enjoy it. I like doing it.
Very dedicated.
So can we maybe have a marathon of your of all of the ones that you've done previous to this year? Maybe just line them all up back to back.
We don't have all of them on tape. Most of them are pretty short anyway, and most of the convocations were short. Mostly just like a Christmas or old message. But we started to get more sophisticated, and then we started, like last year, we started with a live stream instead. So I had a convocation first, and then we did the live streams.
I think you've done that a few years in a row now.
What's that?
I think you've done that a few years in a row now.
2020 was the first live stream version.
Oh, gotcha.
This year will be the second official live stream version.
I've got it circled on my calendar.
Yeah, circle on your calendar.
The 20th.
And let people know it'll be on Monday the 20th at 7 p.m. U.S. Eastern Standard Time.
Can we get real crazy with it? Maybe take some calls during the... No, I'm just kidding, Michelle.
We gotta do some epic special stream for we did do one back when Cringe Report was still kind of a thing. And R11H30 streamed it on the Cringe Report channel. We did one that way. It was funny because Dory kind of got upstage with answering the questions, and she started screaming because they were asking her stupid questions, and I was like...
I remember that one. That was a good one, Michelle.
That was a good one, but we don't have it anyway. We just got the music.
I know, it's disappointing. My heart aches.
Stan says, Mohegans, for your information, Wolf's Den free concert Saturday, December 4th at 8 p.m. Blind Boys of Alabama. Blind Boys of Alabama. Never heard of
Free
them.
concert.
Never heard of them. Are they blind? Or they just can't call themselves blind?
Well, Michelle, you'll have to tune in on the 4th and watch, and we'll see.
That'd be a good question, right? Are you guys really blind, or you just say you're blind? No, because I have sight. Then why are you in part of Blind Boys of Alabama? Is that a good band? I never heard of them personally, but that's a good question. So he says, yes, they're a good band. That's what he says.
Cereal.
Now, speaking of one thing, is everybody talks about Antifa and BLM, as we mentioned this on Indigenous Peoples Day, is what happens if the Indians decide to do an uprising of their own? Wouldn't it be kind of weird seeing a threesome start a road riot in the city with Antifa beating up both the indigenous people and the white people at the same time while they're all destroying each other's property? Jeez.
Why do they call Indians indigenous people?
Because they're native to this land, the Native Americans.
But I thought indigenous was like poor and.
No, that's
it's
indigent.
Wrong definition. Oh, okay. I'm thinking of something else then.
Sounds like okay. About the group, it says Mukbang says sounds like a misfortunate youth choir. Yeah, the title just kind of sounds kind of like that. I don't know about a youth choir, but I'll have to see what happens with that. But anyway, yeah, I mean, Native Americans on Thanksgiving got together in there's a place there. Yeah, the rock there. Plymouth Rock monument to protest the way that they were treated in the past. I don't have a problem seeing their point of view. As I mentioned on that show, which YouTube immediately took offense with. I don't know why. Maybe because they want everybody to support BLM and Antifa. I can't support BLM and Antifa, but I can support the Native Americans that certainly were given the shaft. Okay. You're thinking of indigent. Exactly. I just call them stone broke. It works out better. At least, unless you happen to have a brain that have a thesaurus in it, at least you can understand the word stone broke. At least I can. So what kind of holidays or famous days we have today? Nothing. Oh, but let's look at our calendar again and see what shows up here. It's not a holiday, but the heck with it. December 9th is my hair appointment. And today's...
How often do you get your hair done, Michelle?
What's that?
How often are you getting your hair done?
Once a month.
Ooh, you get it bleached once a month?
Yep, retouched. Yep. And what else do we have for holidays here? Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa is on the 26th of December. If anybody wants to celebrate Kwanzaa. Kwanzaa was a day that was kind of designed for the people that were who didn't celebrate Christmas, as I understand it. But I don't know.
Yeah, what is the meaning of Kwanzaa? I never really looked into that.
Does anybody know what the meaning of Kwanzaa is?
I mean, what are they exactly? Is that
Actually,
what are they celebrating?
If you give me a minute, let me look it up. So I'm in Google right now. Let's see. What is the meaning of Kwanzaa? Kwanzaa. Thank you. Google search. That's exactly what I was looking for. Okay. It says here, what is the meaning of Kwanzaa? Okay. It says here, Kwanzaa is a Swahili word that means first and signifies the first fruits of the harvest. From December 26th to January 1st, many people of African descent in Africa celebrate Kwanzaa. In Africa, there are many customs that are common among the various ethnic groups found on the continent. Of these, the celebration of the harvest. At that time of the year, people in the community village come together to celebrate and give thanks for the good fortune. Working towards a successful harvest is a communal effort, as is the celebration.
Oh.
Here in America, in 1966, Maloa Ron Kavanga and the U.S. organization adopted the basic principles of the harvest celebrations in Africa to create the observance of Kwanzaa. Karanga recognized that on the whole, African Americans do not live in an agricultural setting. Nonetheless, he sought to emphasize that the basic principles found in producing the harvest are vital to building and maintaining strong and wholesome communities. Okay, that's just the basics of it. Okay, so that's what where Kwanzaa came from. It actually was brought to the United States in 1966.
So it's an African holiday to celebrate their harvest?
It was based on African holidays, on the harvest.
And okay, well that would make sense.
Brian K probably knows a bit about it. Blind Boys. Okay, here's what it says here. Back to the band business. Blind Boys of Alabama is an American gospel group founded in 1939 in Talladega, Alabama, and has featured a changing roster of musicians over the history, the majority of whom were visually impaired. And McVeigh says, well, Stan, wonder if Michelle could be able to catch the bus over to the casino. I don't know about that. We don't have buses that go from Winston to the casino. At least not as a continuous run. Okay. Anything else to cover, guys?
I don't think so.
Oh, guess what? It's 11:56. Huh.
Yeah.
Pretty cool. We pretty much filled up the 2 hours. All right, so let's quickly cover something else we're going to be working on this afternoon, if I don't forget, is we have to organize the studio, the new setup on the studio we mentioned many times before. So this afternoon, we're going to try to see if we can get set up to do some videos in the studios. Hold on a minute. Stop with the noise, guys. Okay, so we're going to try to get this studio set up and do some actual video work with it. The problem, like I said, is, and I'll probably be showing some video from my phone, too. There we go. It's kind of tight in there. Studio's a little bit on the wee tight side. You're going to have to, because you got 2 green screens located in a room that's 12 by 12. And now we have to have the camera set in the other room because I needed cameras with f-stops. And the problem is we had another lens. Ed mislaid it. I don't know where it is. So we're going to have to figure out how we... Skynet, knock it off!
That was my dog, Michelle. I'm sorry.
There. Just keep me gas. All right. Okay, take a break, guys. All right. So, everybody, for the time being, I think you guys will be, and after we get some video, we'll try to get some video in the new studio. I don't think it's going to work right now for live streams, but it might work for videos. So we'll see if we can try to get something set up there so we can do something with the new studio. And right now, the landlord's maintenance guy is working on the door. So
are you going to put your new studio in where you have it now?
The next studio is going to be right next to the existing studio. It's going to be in the same room as this one.
Okay. Okay, that's what I was wondering.
It's going to be using the other room wall.
Michelle, you should set your studio up in your bedroom so we can watch Ed sleeping in the background in the mornings during the morning shows.
Weird.
I'm trying to fix the sound. For some reason, the stupid plug.
I think the bedroom would be the best place for your studio.
All right, this plug is terrible. Okay.
Yeah.
Now you and Ed can get the springs going on the bed there, and jump on the bed, and what have you. That's what it sounds like right there.
Yeah. Yeah. So right now, the maintenance guy is working on my door to try to fix the problem.
What, your bedroom door or your front door?
No. The one where the glass is broken, and
yeah.
And then he was supposed to work on my bedroom window, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to get to my window today. I'm gonna try to get him to work on my window also. So I'll talk to Chris, the maintenance guy, and see what he can do for the window in my bedroom. Fix it get some fix on that. It needs to be reglazed because the glazing compound all dried out. He's putting in a new panel now. Now he's not knocking on my doors, guys. He's working on the door. All right. What's my favorite place to go buy clothing?
Megan Fox join?
All right.
I heard something snorting.
Let's see if he actually wants to see me. Hold on a minute, guys. I'm right back. Hold on. Yeah. It's Michelle.
Yeah.
Saturday's show was full of so many goddamn good clips.
Fish balls in the sauce. Fish balls in the sauce.
Michelle also did an 8-hour fucking stream too. It was crazy.
She did what?
She did an 8-hour stream.
Oh, I know, because Ed kept wanting to go. And then he complained, I don't want to be on the show. Oh my God, what's coming?
Okay. All right. Pimp. What's PNP? Fish balls.
Michelle, do you remember talking about fish balls?
Fish balls in the sauce. Fiskebola. That's a type of Norwegian dish usually served. Usually like a gravy with boiled potatoes.
No, I said fish balls, Michelle. Fish balls.
No. But that's actually what the word means in English. That's exactly what it means. Fiskebola.
Yeah.
That's what it means in English. It's made out of cod.
Made out of what? Cock?
Made out of cock.
Anyway.
Is it like a cod meat sandwich?
All right. So let me just say to the panel, thank you guys for being on, and then we'll get ready to do the wrap up and stuff like that. Okay.
Don't forget to wrap it.
All right. I'll see you guys. Maybe I'll talk to you after the show, Blazing Leo.
Wrap it
I gotta
up.
get ready for work, Michelle.
Okay.
Maybe later today.
All right. All right. So I'll talk to you guys later. Okay.
All right.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys.
Bye.
Okay, so we can see we had a pretty lively show this morning. I was surprised that the landlord wants to put a new piece of glass in the door. I would have thought, since he originally painted over the original glass, that he might just want to put in a piece of plywood instead, because then he wouldn't have to worry about glass being broken anymore. But he's putting in a new piece of glass, which surprised me. Maybe because glass is cheaper than plywood right now. I don't know. The thing is that we had a great show. We had people coming on, reading your chats, finding out about different things, different people, different celebrations. And we are going to be playing some World of Warcraft later today as well. So that's something we're going to try to get in after we work on the studio. So first thing we're going to do is we're trying to get the studio working, and I might just spend more time talking about how we're going to have to set it up as best we can to get it working given the shortage of space. So that's the easiest thing to do. PNP is the thing that kids do when they want snip poppers and take a poop. I don't know. I never heard of that one. Maybe they might be the ones that might enjoy that Jenkum stuff that everybody talks to me about. Okay. Maybe the little kiddies might like to play Rose and Jenkum. I don't know. Anyway, the thing is that that's something else altogether. I don't want to go there. But we'll see what happens with the channel and, of course, the show. And the fact is that we have had a good show today. Now, the reason I didn't turn the monetization on at the beginning is very simple. Because somebody always keeps false flagging the damn thing. So I figure, since we don't do anything nasty, instead of constantly going filing appeals and all that stuff, now when I actually go ahead and monetize the stream, I fill out the questionnaire, they review it, instant green $sign, since it's no additional step for me, because I'm already in, when it was an appeal process, I was doing the appeals, so. Alright guys, for now, but we had a good show this morning. We were getting close to about 16, actually almost 16 people. We were actually about 13 people today, which is good for a morning show. As far as the no phone calls thing, hold on a minute, someone's knocking on my door now. Hold on, are you knocking or are you nailing? Hold on a minute. Let's see. Whoa. Alright. You got a pen and a piece of paper? Do I have a piece of paper? A piece of paper and a pen? Yeah, I do. I can write these numbers down. Hold on a minute. Let me go ahead and get you a piece of paper. I have to get a piece of paper and a pen so we can write down some measurements. So we can measure the glass. Well, here's a pen. And here is a piece of paper. It's too bad the original glass was covered up. This was a beautiful print on these. That glass is virtually broken anyway. Yeah. On the height. You gonna stick with Steve 8 inch or you gonna go for thicker? That's okay, gonna be a piece. Won't get quite. Okay. You're gonna think that. Okay. Alright. Alright, thank you. Alright, so we'll see you when you're ready. If you leave this cracked, I'm gonna sweep all this glass out of here. I'm gonna go grab go grab a broom and stuff. Alright, so is it okay for now or later or what? I might be able to do it from my end, but you don't have an email. Alright, let me go ahead and put the pin back. Okay. So anyway, we're gonna get the studio work done. Maybe what I might do is kind of what I did last night. And that is, on the Saturday night. We'll do the same thing with just another show is I can show you how we do the work. Set up, calibration, and everything. But the problem is we have to really wait until it gets dark. Because otherwise the lighting from the skylight is going to mess up the calibrations of the camera. Normally not a problem, but some people may not be ready for that. So, let's see. My friend says, friend Jenkins a myth because if it really worked, when more people be into it. I don't know. I don't know. Chinkum is an African way of using fermented poo. I don't know much about it, except I think it's vile, from what I've heard. But anyway, I want to say things for now is, do you feel safe in your building? Do you have to lock all the doors? Is it just... It's a kind of a safe neighborhood. Let me be honest when I say this. Unfortunately, like a lot of suburban environments, the critters we have to deal with are not necessarily humans, because I live in the fringe between the suburbs and the country, and we'll get black bears, raccoons, and skunks, coyotes, mountain lions, deer. We get it all. I mean, they usually don't come up to the third floor, except the raccoons will come upstairs. But we make sure our best to not leave anything out there for those animals to get at. Do you have to lock the doors, or is it a nice neighborhood? We lock the doors because, unfortunately, there are other people who are not so nice. Okay? It's just the reality of it. Which is still pitiful. How often do you see bears? Oh, quite a bit. They're always out there, especially the most dangerous time to see a bear is if they're not hibernating in the wintertime because there's a shortage of food. But black and brown bears are around here, and they do normally not go near people because they usually just stay in the forest because they live right next to a state forest. And so we don't get too many black bears in Winsted, but a couple times they have blocked traffic on the road, and people have seen pictures of them. People have... It's just... Yeah, I know it's time to end the show. All right. So what I'm going to do is... before we do the video test, all the camera setup and stuff, I'm going to try to get it all calibrated up and get it working. And then maybe if everything's tested and working, maybe we'll go ahead and just when we go live again. There'll be more of a technical stream showing the setup and calibration of the camera gear, because the camera is an analog-based camera. It's not digital. Just as this camera on the wall is analog. It's not digital either. In other words, it uses the standard television broadcast format in the United States called the National Standard Television Committee, NTSC. National Television Standards Committee format is what we use here in the United States. Whereas the other camera I'm using is PAL, or Phase Alternative Line, which is 50 cycles. Video frame rate is 25 frames versus 60 or 30 frames per second here in the U.S. It's closer to motion picture. So that's why if you ever see films in the U.K. or overseas, they're closer to the standard frame rate without any problem with pull down. Very interesting. You should film more wildlife. I think people would like to see it. Well, I haven't seen many bears in my area, but except we see a lot of skunks and raccoons. And there's a raccoon that comes up upstairs. He's become friendly to people. He's not. In fact, Ed has been out on the porch a couple times, and the raccoon is sat right next to him. Same with the skunk. During Hurricane Irene, there was a skunk that kind of got trapped in a campfire pit, and I had to get him out of there, or her. It was a female skunk, I believe, and I didn't want to pick her up because she was already starting to panic. So I just put the person left the barbecue grate right next to the pit, so I put that down into the pit so the skunk can climb out of the campfire pit. And that way I didn't have to worry about trying to touch the skunk because the skunk was starting to panic. She was a little bit nervous, and I didn't want to make her upset. I tried to pick her up. Right now, we're going to probably be seeing more than one show, as I said today. We're going to be doing several segments. And that's what I'm going to be doing. And so don't worry, you're going to see more show. I promise you that. But I gotta go take care of things and get ready to set up the camera. So for now, guys, everybody, I want you to stay out of trouble, and I'll see you in a little bit, most likely. All right? Bye-bye for now.